Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany coming to you live via Zoom, and I today am with Chaz Davis from Home Instead Senior Care. Good morning.
Good morning. How is everyone?
Everybody's doing fantastic, I hope. It's what is today? Thursday,
It
right?
is
Thursday.
it's Thursday, April 16th. I had to look at my watch.
It's one of those things where if you're not like at an office or something, every day looking at a calendar, things
It
start
feels
getting a
like
little blurry.
yeah, it feels like Groundhog Day.
That's a great way to put it. Well, thanks for joining me this morning. I want to definitely get into your background and you more personally because you just have a ton of experience that you bring to the table. And then we'll get into Home Instead Senior Care. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
So again, Chazity Davis, or I go by Chaz. Um, Background has always been in healthcare. I actually come from the skilled nursing facility background and health insurance. And then I decided to venture into home health, which I love, and it's been amazing so far. Um, and Home Instead is a great company, and I love working for them. Um, and a little bit more personal, I am the vice president of Sarasota County Senior Advocacy Council. I'm also the vice president of Sarasota County Aging Network, and I'm also a designing daughter. All of those things help raise funds within Sarasota County to distribute back into the community. Um, and let me see here. I am a billiard player. I love long walks on the beach and nice wine.
I love the sunset
Yes.
and a Mai Tai in my hand. You are definitely a busy, busy lady. But that's awesome. I think that's like whenever I think of you, I always think of just somebody who gives back so much to the community. So thank you for all you do.
Oh, thank
And
you. You're welcome.
your normal daytime, job that you do have, you work with Home Instead. Can you give us a little background on Home Instead as a company, and then we'll get into some of the services that people are watching that they may need.
Absolutely. So Home Instead is actually a global wide franchise. There's about almost, I want to say 1,800 franchise locations. In Florida, I believe there's about 30 to 35. Here locally, there is the Bradenton office, Sarasota office, and then South County, Sarasota. There's also one down, I believe, in Punta Gorda area. Um, but it was pretty much started in a home of a grandmother, and the family realized that there wasn't that much care for individuals that are aging, and she wanted to stay at home, so they decided to start their own company, and it turned into what it is today. So
I like it. And I always think of the name and it hit me one day, I was like, Home Instead. Like, I know that sounds silly, but if you really, I like your guys' name. I think it's definitely effective.
yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the most like popular calls that you guys are getting right now? Are they more geared towards a companion to come in because a family member is isolated and lonely at home? Is it the grocery shopping, medication pickup? Talk to us a little bit about that.
So it's actually a mixture of personal care calls, companionship calls, and like you mentioned, we just started a grocery shopping program. So it's a little bit outside of our box, but what it is it's pretty much you call in your grocery order, we take it over the phone, send a caregiver out to the grocery store, they do the shopping, they disinfect everything. You have the option to have us come into the home and put stuff away and get rid of the garbage, or we could leave it at your doorstep. It's whatever you're comfortable with. So that is something that we started to do this week. And like I said, it's a little bit outside of our box, just to do solely grocery shopping, because our services expand way more than just that. So, but
That's
it's
awesome though. We'll definitely post about that because I know a lot of people, we get a lot of calls too into our main line. And that's a big question is, my mom or my dad, they live in Florida because a lot of times the adult children, as we know, are out of state,
Mhm.
and they don't want their parent going out in their 80s or 90s to the grocery store every day trying to find toilet paper or trying
Yeah.
to pick up their essentials. So that's a great program you guys have added.
Yeah, definitely. We're excited to start it and help our people in need. And it's not necessarily geared just for seniors. Kind of anyone can use the program. So it's, we're just here to help people and get them taken care of. So
Yeah, and you guys also on the care side of things, and let's say like light housekeeping or preparing meals. What are some of the things that you do in the home?
yeah, so like you mentioned, we can do anything from grocery shopping, meal preparation, light housekeeping, laundry, medication reminders. We can do standby assistance with toileting, ambulation, dressing, and then we do everything up to personal care, and that includes um, getting people dressed, helping them with showers, feeding them, ambulation, transfers, that kind of thing.
What would you say? And there's which is great. We live in an area. There's so many resources, and there's a lot of great assisted livings, a lot of great home health companies. What's something that sets Home Instead a little bit apart? What makes you a bit unique?
I think for us is we focus on building relationships with our clients. Our Sarasota office, actually all three offices here locally aren't huge offices. In the office we have our people that do certain things, but we focus a lot on building the relationship between caregiver and client and office and caregiver in office. um, so we don't rush things. We make sure that we have all our ducks in a row so that way we can eliminate issues, um, and just make people happy. And a lot of our caregivers have been with us for quite some time. I'm talking years, and so as well as our clients. So
That always speaks like huge volumes when you do have team members that are caregivers, because they do become family with your clients. And that's one thing to mention too is consistency, having the same staff. A lot of people have that worry, but that's the beautiful thing about in-home care is that you can have that more consistent one-on-one with a caregiver that you really click with.
absolutely.
So
And we want to see people age in place, obviously. um, and it's easier for people to start off when they need just that home helper level of service and transition into the personal care level, because normally you're going to have that same caregiver go with you through that transition. So it makes the client feel more comfortable with having someone in their home during those hard, difficult times. And the caregiver as well, because they know the client and how they react to things and what they like, what they don't like, all that. And so it makes it easier for everyone.
And what about like with staff? Because I know you do, not only do you handle kind of the front end and you're the face of, in a marketing way, but also you handle bringing on employees. What does that process look like? Are they background screened? What does that process look like for them to become a caregiver with your company?
Yeah, so we as a licensed home health agency, all of our employees are our employees. They're not contracted. And what that means is we are responsible for not only state regulations, but also franchise regulations. So we have double regulations. So all of our caregivers have background screenings, level twos. They all get drug tested. They all get a motor vehicle check ran. They're required to have insurance and a driver's license. They go through tons and tons of onboarding training. Um, and we make sure that there's ongoing training on various different topics within the senior aging world. So,
That's awesome. I figured it's important to share because I know there are differences between, whether you're a registry or an agency.
mhm.
And I think it's important to mention that because you do have more of that kind of control that comes with, like you said, like the training. And it's important that you're able to know, like if they're driving, your mom or dad, you want to make sure they have a clear well-working license
Exactly.
and all of that. So I appreciate you taking us through that. And right now, if somebody is looking for services, what's the process look like? I know everybody's doing it a little bit different, but are you actually going to the person's home, or are you doing virtual calls?
It is whatever the family is comfortable with. If they would like us to come into the home, we can do that. We're obviously taking the necessary precautions, and we're keeping our distance while in the home. We will wear masks while in the home, sanitize everything, obviously. And then if we can do it virtually, we would like to do that as well. So we've done it both. Again, it's whatever the family is comfortable with. I've signed up clients over the phone and not done a virtual or home. We like to go in and do a home assessment, or at least see, what's going on, just to make sure that everyone is safe, that if there is safety recommendations, we can see those and recommend things. And that also makes sure that our caregivers are safe when they go into the homes as well.
Yeah, because sometimes I know, just from my past experience, somebody might think that they need, I don't know, 2 hours of care a day or 2 or 4 hours. But once you get into the home too, and you realize, you see what they're living in, you see their
Yeah.
dishes are stacked up, their house isn't clean. They need assistance with their own hygiene. So it's really good for you to be able to go into the home and do that assessment. And it's always ongoing, right? I mean, things change,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes, absolutely. And we can make recommendations as far as how many hours of service you might need, what level of service you might need, and then kind of go from there. And then it's ultimately up to the family to decide. But more than likely, like I mentioned before, our clients start off as home helper, they turn into clients that need personal care. So
Yep, absolutely. Well, awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewers that are watching?
just stay safe and sanitize.
We need shirts, right? Or like
Yeah.
little safe and sanitize.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you spending time with us this morning. You guys are awesome. And you, of course, I always love seeing you and miss seeing you out there at all the events.
Oh, I miss everyone as well.
So take care of yourself, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.